It's cool to see any artist put their emotion into something that a stranger could use every single day. And I think it's just them putting their energy into the piece and transmuting that to, other people in the world. My first pottery class was in high school. I took it just because you need an art credit. I ended up being fairly good at it. We were hand building, we made a coil-built pot, and to my disbelief, they wanted to display it in the attendance office in like a glass cabinet. So that made me feel pretty good about it. But I graduated and was missing that kind of creative aspect in my life, and I took pottery classes with some great people in our community, and here I am. I see a lot of artists on social media. Their ideas do inspire me, but at the end of the day, I think it's sometimes really hard to get kind of like clogged with so much information and so many of other people's ideas that it's almost like creating a block. So sometimes I do try to disconnect and look back at my own photos, or I just kind of start doodling and what makes me feel good. But at the end of the day, I really do like rustic style, inspired by earthy kind of tones. Because clay comes from the earth, it's a very natural feeling to be inspired by nature. So, me, myself, just my personality type, like I feel so free being out there that it's hard to not be inspired and want to bring those ideas back into the studio. So, incorporating seasonal foliage and, what animals come out during certain seasons. I'm just kind of very inspired by where I am throughout the year. I like to think that it's an embodiment of Earth's elements. So when you break it down, you have clay, which is coming from the earth. I'm using water, I'm using air to kind of dry it out, because it's very temperamental. You have to work in stages and at certain temperatures with the clay. And then I'm also using fire to fire my pottery and make sure it's vitrified and, able to use, turning it into ceramics. As of lately, in the past couple of years, I've been inspired by Celtic mythology and also Greek mythology. So learning about that stuff, that made me feel good and that made me feel creative. So I wanted to infuse that into what I was making. I just try to put a story into it, And that's, I think, what takes so much time is I'm carving each stroke hand by hand to get that story embedded into the clay. So I feel like I have this, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but there's like this world inside my imagination that I want to bring to life. It's very like when you watch a fairy tale movie, like in a mossy forest with animals and plants. It's like I want to bring that to life, whether it's through the clay or through the design on the clay. I just feel like I need to get that out. That's kind of what inspires the nature feel. That's what inspires the mythology. I like to kind of look and, what season are we in? And it just comes from that imaginary fairy tale world that I feel like I would love to live in. Want to bring that to life. It's really cool to have an idea in your mind that you've kind of been cooking up for a while, and then 2 months down the road, you're like, oh shoot, I have it in my hands. I thought of this and here it is. It's tangible now. And I think that's one of the coolest parts for me, is to see an image of what I want to make in my mind and then have it in front of me.